Welcome back to the podcast. I am Mr. Mo.
And I am Tiff.
All right. You nailed that a little bit. Listen, we have had a long... Good.
Yeah, I got water in my face. You know, I can't drink. Right?
We've had a interesting... You good? Right. We've had a very, very, very interesting, I would say, well, I'll speak for myself. Different kind of week.
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely a different kind of week.
You know, so I'm a little worn down. Can I admit that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired, y'all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How you feel?
I'm sorry, I'm tired. I'm looking forward to this. What, 3-day week, 4-day? 3-day weekend, 3-day weekend for real? 3.5 days. It's 4 days for you.
And no days for me.
And
one.
And a day.
1 day off.
1 day for daddy.
So let's get right. We're not gonna get right into it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's just rude. You know, like jump right in there. Let's start with something light before we get to getting people like, oh my gosh, give us a chance to breathe.
About to die.
I am doll sitting right now. So,
doll sitting.
I am doll sitting little Charlena.
Charlotte.
I like Charlena.
I knew you were gonna call her name wrong, and I gave her a different name.
Doesn't Charlena sound fire though?
Charlena is cute, but she said Charlotte, and she's laughing.
Doesn't Charlena sounds good. What do you think?
Charlene, nah.
Charlotte, that's like Charlotte's Web.
Right. Do you know what Charlotte's Web is?
She doesn't.
Nope.
Wow.
I failed as a parent.
So I'm doll sitting Charlena.
Charlena Hill.
Wow. You just gave the last name. Gotta cut that out.
Oh shoot. Crap. Sorry.
Yeah, she's tired.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I hope y'all did love the what the review. Our review that we dropped.
Dave's review.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time, so we're definitely getting the rust.
Probably
off.
a little rusty.
But it's not
nevertheless,
how you start, it's how you finish.
Nevertheless, we did it.
So what's our topic today?
You got this?
That's what it's called. You got this? That's the topic.
I don't know. Do you know where I got that from? That is good though, because I can go somewhere with that, to be real honest. I was really joking and playing because my sticker says you got this. But I can really take that somewhere. Like all of it started just downloading just then when I said it. I did. I don't know.
Okay.
What were you
Yours
thinking?
is you got this.
What you got?
And I wanted to talk to the couples about getting out of the roommate state.
Oh, so you got this. Let's get out of the roommate state. You got this.
You know, like, because I think a lot of time, and I've been thinking about this all week. So let me show you how my week goes for the most part when it comes to these, because we're now literally running 2 consecutive podcasts at the same time, back to back. So like literally after, like I just got finished recording the Over podcast. So now we're here recording the More Tip podcast.
And we too tired to do y'all food review today.
So
we'll get that soon.
We'll probably do the food review probably tomorrow. I don't know. We'll
see.
We'll see. I think we got rehearsal tomorrow.
You do.
But we'll try it.
Somebody asked that question today at the church. They was like, so because I made the comment on the post that you did, I was like, yeah. She was like, so y'all do podcasting? And I was like, yeah. She said, well, because I liked the post and I saw all of that. So I guess like, I don't know how the algorithm, I guess, just kind of linked. Mm-hmm. So she's like, so how many of those do y'all have? Podcasts. So like I had to run down and I'm like, okay, so you got your 2 main And then, but I was like, it's all under the same channel for the most.
The same channel umbrella.
On the same channel umbrella. And that's what I was explaining.
Yeah.
It was Henderson's wife.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
then,
she didn't know.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking time out to actually, because I know everybody's busy. Mm-hmm. Everybody has things going on.
Definitely.
But yes, we are running everything through this Made Over channel.
Everything through the Made Over channel.
Besides the gaming channel,
right,
which will be on another channel, Mr. Mo Epic Gaming.
Mo Epic.
So if you want to, all my gamers, slide over there. It's about to go down in a major way, and I did if you know, you know.
That's it.
That's it, right?
That's it.
All right, we caught up.
Caught up.
Continue to comment though. Continue to like, share, subscribe, definitely, so you can know when we're active. And we also said, I still want to say, once we get to 100 episodes,
we're gonna do live.
We're definitely gonna do a live Q&A type.
Are we gonna go live on all?
Yeah, all platforms, all Facebook. We're gonna go live on Instagram, probably Twitch. I'm gonna try to hit all. We're gonna try to hit all platforms.
We're gonna do TikTok.
I don't know, cause we gotta see what TikTok is doing.
Well, you're down.
What happens? No, we're still up.
No, we're up. We're up, but you can't get on.
I can.
Oh, you can get back on now?
I just go on the PC.
Okay, gotcha. So you can get on the Be Smarter than the equipment.
I got my ways.
Okay. Well, that's what I was saying. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's ways to get to it because we still posting on
there. Yeah, I still post on there.
You know what I'm saying? So, and we're looking forward to that live. I don't know if it was gonna be a Q&A. It's probably gonna turn into a Q&A, but we're gonna start getting into the live space even more. And once we do that, we're gonna actually start doing like kind of private member only content where we can kind of share some stuff because a lot of times you can't share a lot of stuff on YouTube without YouTube feeling like, hey, look, I need that. I need that. Run that, please. But that's what we're in the process of doing now. Make sure everything is good. Make sure our gear is good. Doing sound tests, doing camera checks. But it'd probably be literally a cross channel. I wouldn't say cross channel, it's the same channel. Over podcast, Mo and Tiff, different type of ordeals. But to our topic, do you feel like? Because I've felt like this. Like, do you just feel sometimes like we're in roommate status?
I used to more so in the past than I do now.
You never told me.
Yeah, but I think it all still comes with the mindset though too. It comes with the mindset now. So because we're in passing so much. Like, you're at work. I try to stay up till you get home. But that's the part is really reminding myself that even though like we're in passing, our schedules kind of collide. We have to really what's wrong? We have to be very intentional, I think, when it comes down to how our relationship is.
Yeah.
And so and that comes from me with history, because I've been in situations where it did literally seem like a roommate situation. Not marriage, in case people wonder, not marriage, but just
shack.
And yeah, in the shacking part, just making sure that that we don't get to that point in our passing. Just because you may get home later, and I do appreciate too that you try to get home. I think before I'm like conked out.
Mm-hmm.
Because your work schedule is different right now.
Maybe it's just too demanding.
No. But that's the one thing that I always remind myself is that like, hey, just because we're in passing this, we're still married. Yeah. And that's why sometimes, like, some days where I'm like, okay, I just want to be in the presence or know that you're close around. That's why I just show up at your job. Stalkerish. You like it.
Love it.
Why don't you lay up there on the couch?
Because you want to lay right here.
You want to lay right here? Okay.
Charlene.
You still stuck on Charlene.
Sorry. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? Do you feel like that at times that we are?
I think in the beginning I definitely felt like that.
You didn't tell me.
I did actually.
You did tell me.
I don't mind. Look, I don't mind saying
you did.
This is how I feel, because I feel like, you know, the statement, you know, closed mouth don't get fed.
Right.
You know, closed mouth also don't get heard either.
Right.
So it was just one of those things that being married, there's no switch that really happens when you're married.
No, doesn't. Is it?
You know, it's, to me, this is just morology. Mm-hmm. I just feel like you're married and you're doing it the right way, doing it the correct way, finally, right? But it's still a person you still have to keep learning about.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So for me, I just felt like, man, because we did a lot. I mean, you worked, you know, I was working, I was here, I was there.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have that much intimate time,
right?
Quality time. We would have time, but it wasn't really like,
if we got it, we got it. If we didn't, we just didn't. I think we understood that we didn't get it, but it still didn't make it okay. Yeah. But like, neither one of us spoke up to take the initiative. We just kind of went with it, like.
Yeah, and you know, somebody has to, I think, notice. I mean, I'm a person that really notices what's missing. Mm-hmm. I'm very observative, and hold on.
What's wrong?
My wife got my shoes on.
I'm like, wait, what happened?
That's me. Like,
yeah,
I would be
you
like,
do.
Hold on. My wife got my shoes on.
And then I'm the one like, he like, babe, my shoes. And I look down, oh shoot, my bad, here you go.
So I'm very observative of surrounding, because for the most part, I know me very well, where I put things, where I place things, from my wallet to like I'm very conscious of those type of things, because I know my routines. Like,
you do.
Okay, you was here, you was there, you was here. Why would it be here?
My wife had it.
My wife had it.
I did. And then, or either at night, like, I try to make myself, when I do borrow your wallet, because I don't want to get up and come wailing here and get my wallet, and so I get yours, and I have to remind myself, put it back where it was, because he's going to look for it in that spot in the morning. So I'm very cognizant of when I do that, because, you know me, mine be wherever, and I'm like, babe, I can't find it.
I'm very because I know me. If I don't, I get in that routine of putting it out, and I create that routine for myself so that I don't lose things. Because I know once I lose things, I just go buy another one, forget it,
and I lose it, and you find it.
Yeah, 3 years later, or sometime down the line.
I'm sorry.
Even like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
What? You finna tell on me? What you about to say?
It's over with. We found it now. So
what I lost?
Remember the lapels?
Oh, I didn't have those though.
Thing of lapels.
No, but the thing about the lapel mics is, I remember where I saw them at, but I know for a fact I didn't touch them.
They were lost, but now they're found.
So we have multiple lapel mics.
Indeed.
But I think that's a testament too of how we kind of work around each other. Because if you've watched the How I Met Your Father series, Fire, you'll understand that, like, the way we kind of bounce off each other is due to our long lasting friendship that we had.
That's
so
right.
sometimes it does become, I don't think roommates, but like I can tell like we friends.
Oh,
Like
sure.
I can tell like, cause I like, babe, I lost, or dang it, babe, I left this, and you like, I'll bring it back. And even though, and I think that's where sometimes I'll say with me the lines will get skewed, because I'm like, babe, no, that ain't important. I can get a key to open the classroom, it's cool. But you like, no, I'm gonna bring your key back. I just be like, whatever, somebody gonna let me in. Like, it's multiple people that can let me in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where sometimes I have to remember that we're not in a friendship role. That's then where you're stepping from friendship and you're crossing over into, no, as a husband, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important that we are mindful of each of those phases to keep us from fully being where we used to be, where we were just kind of coexisting in the same place and felt more like roommates, whereas now it's more intentional. So it may be you pick me up from work and become vocal about, hey babe, I'm just gonna take y'all to work today because I want that time. Or you may pick me up and then the kids are at home because you've already picked them up, they're already settled, but then that's us making that intentional time. And that may be we got to do a vlog on our candle run.
You've been a long time.
I know, and I realized today we really do need to go. But we make time for little things, and what some people would think like, y'all doing what? It's just we're very intentional about what we do, so we don't lose sight of the fact that, hey, we're married. So if it looks like we finna go to Sam's, I don't like going to the grocery store, but I go with my husband. But if I gotta go by myself, I'm like, But if I go with him, it makes it more enjoyable because we're cracking jokes, we're laughing. Yeah. It's pure entertainment.
I mean, well, we have a good time together.
We do.
Definitely do. I think it's something we've done before we got together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think our roommate stage was long distance.
It was. It was.
It was. But I can't lie and say that sometimes in just I think life, when as people say, life be life, and a lot of times you can't let life control or dictate your marriage,
right?
Because just because life is life, it doesn't mean you got to stop loving or stop putting in quality time. Because I can remember some days I'm like, no, why I feel like we just a goddamn roommate.
Hey, you remember when you used to get on me about leaving my clothes everywhere?
Yeah.
So that's where I was laughing, because I remember. So if you were younger and your parents used to get on you all the time about cleaning up, right? So that's me. So I was real bad. I think I do a little bit better now, just a little bit. I'm working on it.
Still progressing.
I gotta purge some stuff. But there was times where,
so
like,
if you want some stuff,
I do. There's stuff that's in there I'm probably not gonna wear. So yeah, if you do want some stuff, yeah. But I remember it being times, and I remember that was a thing. Like, that was a thing. You was like, we are not roommates, and I'm not gonna be picking up behind you. It wasn't in that tone, but she was like, babe, you gotta pick up your stuff. You gotta pick up behind, because we're not roommates. I don't want to be picking up your clothes behind you. And then my thing on the other side was, but babe, them jeans, I know I'm gonna wear them again because they really not dirty.
Yeah, she had a thing for everything. I was just like, this doesn't make sense. But and I think that the thing I use that is, we can't tell our kids to clean up XYZ, and
look at our room.
There's clothes and different stuff everywhere. And honestly, I think we've gotten to the point, and definitely can freely speak, that we've outgrown our house probably like 7 to 10 times over
what it was.
You know what I'm saying? We went from, and this is just God just blessing, and it's nothing that we're praying for. It's nothing that we're asking for. but it's just God just being God, and it's we're dang near busting out of
Literally.
the house we are in, and we are in full understanding of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's difficult to house, you know, a full fledged studio, content studio.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think when we were staying in the 1 bedroom apartment,
Mm-hmm.
there was no, we wasn't talking about content, we wasn't talking
We
about,
weren't talking about anything. We
there
were
was
just
nothing of that of the
nothing.
sort. It was just,
But we were doing it without even realizing
even
that we
knowing
were doing
yeah.
it.
I think the most we had in there was I put a barbershop over there, a makeshift barbershop.
You had actually you had a barbershop on one side. You had a pre-K school set up on the other side.
And then I had that pull up gym thing in there.
Oh, you sure did. I forgot about that.
Wherever I was just trying to make things work.
Yeah.
To the point where I was able to be at the house and I think that's what it's always been for me, so that I don't have to leave the house as much, because I know my wife is a homebody. So I'm like, okay, I don't go to the gym no more. So I just bought a gym type of ordeal at the house we got now. So number one, that I can work out and she can work out if she want to.
Because I wasn't going to the gym.
Yeah, she really hates gyms,
I don't
and
like it.
I don't blame her, because I think when COVID happened and all the gyms shut down, I was still paying for that membership, and I did not like that.
You were.
So I had to pull up on them, because that's the only way they would allow you to cancel, even at that time, which was crazy within itself.
You had to go in.
Like, you had to go in and say, hey, I don't want to be a member. And then she was like, so why? What you talking about? It's COVID out here. Yeah. So ain't nobody in here anyway. So I vowed to never go back to the gym again. And I put all the money that I had in paying for membership at a gym and just bought a gym workout type machine at the house, and it's been working pretty doggone awesome.
Because we started,
about to purchase another one. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, you didn't tell me that. Why you slid that in there like that? But it started. And that's how it started out. I think a lot of times, something that most couples probably don't think to do is really consider the other. Because you were going to the gym at like 4, and the backstory is that is because you were going to the gym at 4 to whatever time in the morning when there weren't a lot of people. Yeah. I couldn't sleep because he wasn't in the house, and so it's like the compromise was, okay, babe, I know you don't want to go during busy hours, but what is it that we can do right now? And so we've done, before we got the whole system in the house, we did jump roping. We had a jump rope system. We didn't just have any jump rope. We had a jump rope system. And then you did some other things. And then that's when I started getting back into working out. And it made it easier because then I understood, well, he needs to work out. And then it became more of a, this is not just a roommate situation. Now we're into betterment of ourselves. So if you find yourself thinking that, hey, this is a roommate thing, just double check and see why. Why are you feeling that way? Because we both felt that way in the very beginning, but we can see why. That was because we had just started living together. Yeah. And had just got married, and we're really trying to understand the dynamics of both of us living with each other. What makes you tick? What makes me tick? Which really wasn't a whole lot. Because unlike most men, women, you say, oh, well, I want the toilet seat down. Well, he was already putting the toilet seat down. He was already cleaning. I married somebody that cooked as well. Remember you trying to make me eat them mixed vegetables? Yeah. And they made me sick.
Happens. You win some, you lose some.
And remember you tried to make me eat meatball? Like, there was just certain stuff, y'all. There was, oh my gosh. Really? Yo, when I say created meals, like, babe, I'm going to say you came a long way. Because, like, he would create meals, y'all. And this is why I feel like we was in that roommate stage. He didn't really know what I like to eat, but he really was trying to figure out, like, cooking wise,
For
trying to
sure.
get his foot wet. So I appreciate it, but I'm like, dude, I really don't eat this. I don't rock with this, but I'm gonna eat it. And then I think that's when I think I found out I was pregnant too, because I was like, I just ate this. Why is it making me sick? And so, or I was further along or something. One day I was able to eat it. The next day it just didn't work. But the idea, and then your pizza spaghetti, remember that?
Ooh, that fire though.
So there were things that he was trying.
I know people who like that piece of
Piece of
spaghetti.
spaghetti, but that piece of spaghetti was fire. We all ate it. But those were times where I can look back and say, yeah, we were really roommate, because we were really trying to figure out, how does this work? What do we do? What do you like? What do I like? How do we make this go? I wanted soul food and fried food. You go, I don't know how to do all that.
Because I wanted to live for a long time.
And you wanted to live for a long time, so you got grease other places.
You know what I'm saying?
But the growth of that and the testament of that is now we can come together and say, okay, this is where we eat. All right, Bay said protein. All right, so he shopped. I cook. He said, I don't like the red sauce. I like the white sauce. Guess what? I'm making the white sauce. And it got to be from scratch. And it got to be a certain way. And I can't deviate, which is hard because I don't never use recipe.
Who does?
But that's that testament, and that's that growth of where I can see where we were then, and then where we are now, to be able to say, yeah, we got this.
Yeah, I think in the beginning, you're trying to get your footing.
Sure.
And I think you got to understand that, listen, you are strangers.
You really are.
And it's minimum that you know.
Like, and you're different.
It's only, like, it's however long you've been dating or into each other, and dating and into each other is different from marriage.
Yeah, it definitely is.
When you begin to live with somebody, and then when you say those words of I do, something is different. It's easy to say I do. It's difficult to get that junk as a divorce and all that different other stuff. That's how I've heard about it. Right. Never want to experience it. So it's just one of those things that you are strangers. Then being the fact that everybody changes, you gotta understand, hold up, oh snap. So you ain't rocking with mushrooms no more? Or you don't like flatbreads no more?
You ain't that no more.
You know, like you have to, and if you don't, then you have to question yourself, am I in the roommate stage? Yeah. And I think in the roommate stage, you're only thinking about you, about yourself, and your side of, okay, you know, I'm the cleaner, I'm the cooker, I'm this, I'm that. Right. But in marriage, you cross train. Like, she may not be able to cook today, so I'm gonna come behind, fix that meal. Right. You know, or think of different way to make life easy for each other. That's why bringing the workout machine here made life easy, because she don't have to worry about it. Where I'm at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. If I'm not, you know, at the job, I can be here working. Right. And I think that's what happens, what opens things up, because with us thinking, okay, just like with food wise, all right, babe, I need snacks. You shop all the time. You find the healthy snacks. You know what we want. You know, with clothes, you fold, you know, instead of having 17 loads of clothes between our clothes and the girls' clothes, you know, you take on ours, I take on theirs. And then we just kind of we fill in the void wherever it may be. You know, if I know he's the cleaner, I know that he will deep clean this whole house by himself, but then I know also his hours at work. So on Saturdays, all right, I'm making sure the bed's done, I'm making sure, you know, the bathroom is clean. I'm doing all of those things because it's not just by me. And then when I don't make the bed during the week, I'm like, dang it, I ain't make the bed.
because I knew that's a thing that is a preference for you, and we both be trying to just be like getting out and going, but it's never a thought where, well, I ain't gonna make the bed today because he could have made it. No, dang it, I really want to make this bed. How many minutes? I'm gonna be real late if I try to make this bed, and that's my thought process.
I can't make it while she in it,
and he can't make it while I'm in the bed.
I heard that's rude.
That's we done yanked the cover from off me. Get out. And that's where we had to learn just to grow. How do I compliment what he needs, and how does he compliment what I need? And then how do we complement each other within this marriage to make sure that what we're doing is not only healthy and beneficial to us, but then that it radiates onto our kids as well.
I think also too, we've gotten better as far as how demanding our jobs are as far as what we do, because a lot of people lean on us for a lot of stuff, and it'll be different if our job wasn't demanding, but then you have two people who are basically leaders,
right,
and where they're at, and even in that, still finding ground and understanding that, like, I think even last night I was just like, okay, even though I've been up since 3 a.m., 4 a.m. type of ordeal, I always put in my head like, okay, I still got to give some type of time, regardless of the situation.
Right.
We came home yesterday, edit, and then plus we watched some TV together. You know what I'm saying? And just to me, I count those as blessings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know most men won't do that. Just like, I'm tired. This is this. This is this.
I don't want to do all that.
And still get up early today to do what I need to do as far as at the church.
Right.
And still be on point to do 2 podcasts and still make sure we're having these times, and these to us this is our time too. This is quality time right here. It's just you gotta find that balance, and it's important. And the balance is God first, and then your wife, and then everything else falls up under that.
Yeah. And
once I've gotten the rhythm of that, and even I think this even goes into losing things and things, people coming, people going, death and different other stuff like that. Still understanding that, listen, the 10 toes deep is me and my wife, and the things that make roommate status so easy is because sometimes she'll have her moments where she'll be missing certain people who are not here and different other stuff like that. And I know me, I have to anchor. It's important for me to anchor because, and I think yesterday, this week, cut my finger real bad. You know what I'm saying? Real bad. So I noticed I didn't go crying. I attended to the wound, like right then and there. Make sure I took care of it. Like, it looked crazy.
It does. It still gives me the.
But in the midst of it, I understand as a man, a lot of times we don't get that opportunity to waddle in the pain, or we'll pick the pain up and take it with us, tears and all. Well, I know for me, I'll pick the pain up, take it with me, tears and all, losing so many different things in my life, but I can't lose the perception of loving my wife regardless of the situation. That's my focal point, regardless of the situation of whatever happens, because I guess I'm kind of wired that way now.
You are, because you cut it really, really bad, and in my mind, I'm like, but like, and it's so crazy. I can watch the TV shows, but I just can't do it in real life. That's why I become a nurse. I wanted to be a nurse. That was one of the things I wanted to do, but to see the stuff in real life it can't. So all I could do is like, babe, do you need peroxide? Okay, let me go get the peroxide. Let me get you a bowl. Like I could do the basics, but to touch it and to clean it up, like that wasn't something that I know he wasn't looking for me to necessarily do. But I knew what was needed. Babe, I need Band-Aids. All right, I got you. Do we have some? Yes. Babe, do you have, do we have Neosporin? Well, babe, no, use the other bacterial cream on there. So it was just the guiding of it to support and not just necessarily take over, because he's not one. And I tell people all the time, they're like, yeah, when men get sick, they just cry. And I'm like, no, not my husband. They just want you to do everything. No, not my husband. Like, and I know that that's a rarity. And then I don't say that to make other women feel like, oh well, what kind of husband do I have? I don't do that for that. I do it because it's like, hey, to give hope, because all men aren't like that, and it just takes talking, women. Sometimes it, like, if we both go down, somebody still got to man up and woman up and take care of stuff, because we got kids.
Doggone it.
Like, it doesn't, like, I think the only time I'm really down is if, like, I'm like down. But I still try to get up. I still try to do things. And if I'm down, I'm like, okay, babe, I got, the really migraines typically put me down. So I text him to let him know in advance. All right, babe, I'm not going to be able to come see you today. I got a migraine and I've already done all the things. Mm-hmm. I'm just going through the process of it. And I can definitely say, you've been very tentative in ensuring that when I'm in my moments, you help to anchor me. So it's not that we feel like it's roommate status. Mm-hmm. And those wires don't get crossed up, because it's easy. Because sometimes I deal with different things, I have to be very intentional and am learning, instead of just wallowing in it, to tell him in advance. So whether that's a text message, and if he doesn't respond until later, it's still just letting him know, like, hey, this is where I am, babe. This is, so he knows when he comes home. It may just be, all right, I'm going to just sit in the living room today. I'm going to edit, turn the TV on. We're watching the same show, but we ain't necessarily sit cuddled up under a blanket. Like, we don't have to do that. It's just the presence. Mm-hmm. And I don't ever just say it outright. That's just me. But I do give subtle hints. Like, babe, where you going? All right, babe, you going to the room? Okay, I'm coming with you.
That's not a subtle hint.
Subtle hint.
It's not.
What is it called, babe?
As soon as I get up. You going to the room?
It ain't subtle.
It's not. You about to go back there?
Babe, you coming back? Hey, babe, you heard me.
So, yeah, it's not subtle, people.
It's not.
She's capping.
I would like to think that it's subtle. I can't deal.
Perception is key.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so clearly it's not subtle. But I make it known, like, okay, where you going? And then if I know he's super tired, but I'm not ready to go to sleep, and I know he about to go to sleep, or he has to get up super early, then I give him that space, and I might come in here and watch my shows until I get tired and fall asleep, and then I wake back up and I go get into bed. Like, those are the things that I try to do. I try to make sure that if I am watching anything, because that gives the enemy playground too, is if I'm sleeping in here, you sleeping in there, you wake up and I'm not in there, or whatever it may be, I always try to make sure that I wake up no matter what time it is and make my way to the bedroom.
Yeah.
And then there's sometimes where, like, when you got to get up super duper early, I may be in here like 5, 6, but eventually I will make my way into the bed, or I'll hear him stirring. So then I do get up to see him off. And that's kind of how we, what's the word? Made initiative. And it's then, all right, we're intentional.
Sometimes it's strange.
What?
Cause like I'll be cause I have like some type of energy stuff too, Cause I think when you first wake up, I'm not the person to just leave the house. I gotta make sure, I got my energy stuff in me already, cause I know especially here, y'all got deers out the
We
wild
do.
zoo out this mud.
Lot of
So I know I
deers.
have to be alert, and I know I have to be focused, being that it's dark when I get up, and I'm just that type of person that think ahead about these things. But sometimes when I'm getting my stuff, and I have it ready and prep the night before, and sometimes I'll get it, and then if you could just picture a scary movie, a lady just standing in the back of you waiting for a hug. It's like, oh wow!
Stop, and don't be trying to go pull no feed to pull a picture either.
It's
To
just
show.
strange sometimes, but I had to get used to it. But I'm used to it. This is what she wants. She wants a hug or affection before I go to sleep.
Before you go to work,
out. Or if she's in the bed, I make no. I try my best not to make any noise. I try to be very quiet because I know she's a light sleeper.
Very.
So, I'll be about to ready to head out. She be like, "I love you," and then I'll say, "I love you back." So I guess she didn't hear me. So she'll say it again. "I love you." I love you too.
I don't be hearing the first one because I'm like, I just said I love you. Did he not? Let me say it again.
Yeah, so I guess she didn't hear me. I heard her. But that's just our way, and I love that about her. That because if she could be the total opposite, I think I was saying that to you yesterday. She's like, you don't have to do X, Y, Z, and I was like, I do have to do it because Bishop Joe said, what you don't do, somebody else, she'll find somebody else who can. A lot of times like that's wrong, but a lot of times that's how the enemy get a foothold into your relationship because you don't take that extra time to do what is necessary for your wife. She begin to feel neglected, or well, not just wife, but just any person, period. And if they lack that integrity, that foothold, it makes it easy, and the enemy love that type of stuff.
Right.
So I try to make sure I'm on point all across the board, and I make sure I'm giving to her not what I need, but what she needs. So it's just one of those things that you got to be attentive. You can't be a 4.0 student in school but fail in relationships. To me, that just don't make, and that's probably a crazy bar, but to me that just doesn't make no sense. Like, don't be smart and on point when for men who will raise you and praise you for a moment, but your wife who will stand by you through your thick and through your thin, you don't even know her favorite color, or you don't know what she likes to eat. You don't know what she into.
Right.
And if you know what she into, you thinking about what she into last year. Last year you like Grey's Anatomy.
This year,
she's in Chicago Med.
Right.
She's in different.
The Resident.
The Resident. Like, sometimes I'll just start watching those shows because I want to be into what she's into. That's how marriages last. That's how you stay out of that roommate state. And and as far as the intimacy part of it, you know what I'm saying, that I've learned in marriage that comes sometimes it I would say it has highs and lows, unless you certain people,
Right.
And I don't let that define our marriage.
Right.
Although our intimacy, I love it, but at the end of the day, it's something I don't want to make the main focal.
Right.
Because you can't leave a legacy off intimacy. I mean, you can leave a legacy. You're going to create kids. You're going to do, but for the most part, like, my thing is, babe, like, being older in our 50s, different other stuff, fully retired.
Yeah.
Walking the beach, owning different other stuff on the beach, that type of ordeal.
Yeah, and I think too we've and then you crack jokes at me. You're like, man, you're not a kisser, babe.
You're not.
But I'm like, I'm trying to change it, babe.
And I blame her past.
Right, I know. And so different things, and that's why, I'm really not a hugger either, for real. Like, to
It's
be
not.
honest,
So you
not.
see, you're not really affectionate. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Um.
I'm very affectionate
Yeah.
because I know if it worked when I was in sin,
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine what it'd do when you have a godly, righteous marriage.
Right. Yeah.
And I know the enemy that he plays on that type of ordeal. I'm not like I was. If you would ask any of, don't go ask me though.
Don't ask nobody.
My exes, but if you ask them, I like the way I am now. They wanted me to be that type of way.
Yeah.
Now that I'm a husband, and I am that way plus 10.
Yeah.
Don't know why, don't know when, how it happened, but I am.
And it was a subtle thing, and I think a lot of it came just from, us having role models.
Yeah.
I hold hands, but my hands sweat. I hug, but I get hot. I don't like to cuddle at night because it's hot. I sweat. Like, it's all of those things. But because I know that you are affectionate, I'll make sure like I show that affection back. Like, I ain't trying to be, I'm thinking about the girl you showed me yesterday.
Linnell.
Yeah.
Linnell.
Yeah. She was like, "Hey, you gonna hug me?"
Hey, you give me some kiss?
Cause I used to be like kisses. He was like, "What is that?" Like, but that was when I wanted it. So now I'm very mindful of, touch. I might caress his arm, and especially if we're just sitting, or I may grab his hand and hold his hand while he's driving. So it's like just different things. Yeah. There are some things that I'm still growing into. I say readapt myself to be more comfortable and more open with my husband, because trauma is a real thing, but it is not like I just be like, well, he good, he all right, he'll be good. No, I don't do that. I listen to what he's wanting and at what time, and then what the need is, and I read the room. I read to understand what it is that my husband is wanting in those times. Mm-hmm. We did a counter date. We've mentioned it now multiple times, so I know, like, all right, what do our time look like? How do we carve that out? And making sure that we make that happen. Just like you said, babe, we need a staycation. We need something. And so that lets me know, like, okay, yes, we have our time, but now we need more time. Mm-hmm. Because our kids, I mean, we just had one in here sitting. She finally got up, but even in those moments, like, our kids love us. Mm-hmm. And so wherever we are, they are literally right there. And so we have to be very intentional about that. If the car moving, one of them want to go. One trying to go with me, one trying to one trying to go with him.
I tell one after church day, listen, it's always gonna be yes after church, okay? You can ride.
Because she asked, did she? Yeah. She asked. I looked up, and that's how I know. I'm like, okay, wait, I see one. And I actually thought you had son with you too, because at first I didn't see him, but he said he was outside. Yeah. So, but when I see one, I automatically know, okay, babe gone, because I don't see the other one. And those are some of the things, like, I had to get used to. I don't take offense that she don't want to ride with me after church. That's her thing. And then the little one, she come with me. Now, if the little one don't come with me, I'm like, okay, daddy must have promised something that mommy ain't promised. But then what I do is, I don't get selfish, because that's that roommate tendency. Oh, so they just gonna ride with him. No, I use that, well, Lord, thank you for this quiet time. Nope, son, you go ahead and ride with daddy too. Let me get this quiet time in. And then that's just me kind of reflecting, because the week gets busy. Mm-hmm. That's me mentally preparing. What do the girls have to do? What do we have to do? And that typically helps. And that's the thing. Those things of being intentional and paying attention to your spouse, it drives the intimacy. I wasn't expecting you to come outside. I didn't expect you to meet me at church. I was like, wow, that's perfect timing. Like I was like, ooh, this morning when you came out and we was walking up.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, like that was perfect. That was like perfect timing. I was like, ooh, I see my baby. Okay, because usually even in those times we're both working in the ministry, so that's still in passing. We ain't like, hey babe, ooh. No, we working. It's a business. It goes from being husband wife to business minded husband and wife. So, that's the thing that I think that people should be able to get from us, watching where we came from, or watching and listening, where we came from and how we are maneuvering our way through, because we're not perfect, y'all. We mess up, we don't get it right all the time. We learn and we grow, but the thing is that we are learning, and then we're growing, and we're growing not only individually, but we're also growing as a couple. And we're learning new things.
All right, so let's give people some keys to live by so that they can unlock the door to a happy marriage. See that? Roommate keys to live
Look
by.
At you. I ain't
unlock
got no
the
key.
door.
Unlock the door.
Come on.
Look at you. The one thing I could definitely say is women, in the world, to the women, don't stop being so self-centered. Stop being so selfish. Our spouses, our male, they don't know right offhand what it is that we need. I can't read your mind. They can't read our mind, y'all. Not Avant. Can't read our mind. And what I really had to learn how to do is communicate, and communicating what I needed, when I need it, how I need it. Clearly, I'm not subtle with it. I'm just straight blatantly out. And then I'm like a horror movie when I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm just standing there. But I don't even know if I should make noise. It's not my intent.
Drag your swung on.
Don't stop. Right. Don't swing on me.
Lay down flat.
Oh Lord. How that happen?
I know a few pressure points. So.
But in all seriousness, we just have to, as women, we have to be very mindful. We can be very emotional beings. We can be in our feelings. Our feelings are sometimes on our sleeves. But when it comes down to our spouses, we have to remember to, one, tuck our feelings to the side, because it is not just oh me, oh my. It's not about us 24/7, 7 days a week. We get married to have companionship with someone, or we're in relationships to have companionship with someone. So the main thing that we want to be able to do is make sure that we are sharing ourselves with these individuals, but also make sure we are also, it's not just a take. We got to also give. And so when you're doing that, you have to really check your motive. If you are unwilling to give someone and you're just taking from them, you got to ask yourself, what is my motive? What am I thinking? What am I doing? Why am I acting this way? Why am I picking a fight with my husband? Why am I withholding from my husband? Why am I, he didn't let the toilet seat down, so now I'm about to have an argument. Just let the toilet seat down. It does not hurt you to drop the seat yourself. It is okay.
You don't put it up for us when we
right.
Go use
we ain't putting it up. Just let the toilet seat. And these are things, y'all, I had to really learn, because that was one of the things that you heard people say. Oh, he ain't put the toilet seat down. What you mean? Just put it down.
What Martin say? You look, then you sit.
Then you sit. But it's those type of things. He can't cook. So that means if y'all got to eat and you the cooker, you may have to cook. But the compromise is, if I'm cooking, he may help me brown the meat. But in order for him to help me, I might have to show him, hey, babe, this is what I do to brown the meat. Hey, babe, I do these things. So it is more about teachable moments. Ooh, I like that. In a marriage as well. Mm-hmm. You have to learn your spouse in order for it to work, and so that the relationship grows and prospers. Having a one-track mind doesn't get us anywhere, ladies. Some of y'all are probably like, who she thinks she is? I'm just a woman figuring it out. and continue to learn and grow in the process so that I can help y'all out. That's who I am, especially you sitting right there in your moo. Okay, take the moo off. Go put on some pants or something. Take the bonnet off. Okay, yes, be comfortable, but you might not have to always sit with your man with a bonnet. You can be in your moo, but take the bonnet off. Okay.
Or birthday suits are always good.
I'm done. I can't. Or that, ladies, or that.
You know what I'm saying?
What you got? I cannot.
I'll put y'all on game.
I can't. What you got?
I would say understand that it's a growth process.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the statement Rome wasn't built in 24 hours. Like, your marriage is never going to be perfect. Let me just go ahead and put that out there. You can't expect a perfect marriage from two imperfect people.
Right.
It's impossible. Allow time for grace. Allow time for growth. Don't put more pressure on your spouse than you won't even put on your own self.
Oh, that's good.
So I would say, like me, I make room for her growth. I see, okay, and I don't keep a tick or a record what she did right, what she did wrong. Back then I used to, but to me it never got anywhere because then you become miserable. When she does do something right, you be thinking about the two things she did wrong 3 years ago.
And that's magnified.
Y'all moved in 2 different houses. And you still thinking about the stuff she did. But I would say make room for mistakes. Make room for errors within each other.
Right.
And have fun.
Definitely.
Laugh. Grow together. Don't let the hard times, don't let the difficult times outlast the happy times, because if you don't, that brings a downer to your marriage. That makes your marriage so depressing within itself. I think marriages should blossom, should grow. You should always be achieving something new, looking forward to what's going to be the next come up or the next vacation, looking forward to the next big purchase, or together, working out things together, and fellas, I mean, do something different. Jeez. Like, my wife cannot figure me out. She don't know what I'm gonna do.
Don't have no idea.
She don't know what
Can't
I'm
buy
do.
him nothing. He buy all this stuff himself.
Like, be unpredictable, man. If your love is sports, or your love is doing other stuff, switch it up, man. I'm not watching no sports, and you gonna be my sports TV tonight. I'm gonna watch you tonight, whatever you want to watch. It's just one of those things. You like, I love the R&B back. Well, not now. R&B now, y'all crazy. That's just too different.
Far to the left.
I think who said put that woman first?
I forgot.
Yeah, him. He said put that woman first. I get it. I understand it. Put that woman first, and don't feel no shame about it. I mean, especially if you married. I mean, you made the final decision.
Right.
You said yes to, when you said I do, you said I do to the mistakes. You said I do to the failures. You said I do to the shortcomings. You said I do to everything.
Right.
Like, when I said I do to her, I said I do to her, even her mom. She don't rock with me all like that. At the end of the day, look, I still do.
She do.
And there's nothing she can do about it. So I'm here.
He's here.
But that's what I say. I mean, try something different, do something different.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so that concludes this. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. And don't forget, if you're lacking energy, you're lacking motivation, you're lacking any type of, you having gut problems, you feel like I'm too bloated all the time, you feel like you always hurting all the time, you're swelling, you're going through this, I can't walk, every time I walk, I feel like I'm just going downhill, try the Rise coffee. It works miracles on those joints, those pains, that bloating, that everything that you struggle with.
Or if you just want to go to sleep and you're having trouble falling asleep and maybe even staying asleep, they do have Rise Cocoa that will help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
Yes.
And it doesn't take much. So check the description down below for more information on how you yourself could rise up with Rise Coffee.
And thank y'all for watching. We know y'all, we love y'all. Continue to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can know when we are active in here.
Mug.
Yeah, I'm trying to switch up because we're on the podcast.
Oh shoot, so we ain't on the thing.
This mug will be for the reviews.
Yeah, you're right.
In this piece.
In this place.
But we do love y'all. And we out.
And we out.